Known for its friendly citizens and its diverse culture, it's usually compared with the United States, which yes, we both do speak English, but there are some huge differences in the Canadian culture. Today, we are continuing our travel journey and to get a sense of what the country's differences and experiences look like. In today's video, we're going to be visiting the zoo, Casa Loma, and the iconic CN Tower. Good morning, it is day 3 in Canada. Today, we're going to go to the zoo. We woke up super early. They're having like some fundraiser thing, like a marathon, so they opened a little later, so I had a little longer to get ready. I still haven't finished my hair though, and this is today's look. I have the leather jacket, we have this cute little top, and then my Miss Lola skirt and these booties that are comfortable for walking. It is a lot colder than it was the few days before. I didn't bring any long sleeve shirts. I think this leather jacket is gonna do me well today. We'd just like to mention that if you are gonna come to Canada during any time of year and you're like me and you're more of like a cold person, like you just love a good weather to wear a good outfit, September is it. Change of plans. The train that we were on, or the subway that we were supposed to get to go to the zoo, apparently it just stopped working out of nowhere. We're getting a train to go to Union Station and then go that way, which adds another like half hour to our trip. Definitely plan for those like little public transit problems that you might run into, but I think we'll still get there at a good time to go see the animals, and then at the end of the day I'll go up to the CN Tower. Ticket to take the train. It's kind of far from here. This is like the main train station that takes you to like all other parts of Canada too. And this morning we looked up the Uber price just to like see, and it was giving about half hour to go all the way to the zoo. We already spent probably like $60 to $70 in tickets, and it was $50 to take the Ubers. Although we did end up spending a little bit more than an Uber, I think it was totally worth it. When I used to live up in Connecticut, we always used to take the train to go to New York. This one has like the 2-level train that takes you there. I'm kind of glad that we didn't take the Uber. Y'all, look at this place that we just found. Oh my gosh. We just got off the train at our stop. As soon as we looked out the window, we saw, and there was like just water, crystal clear water. And you can see like the other part of the city, which is stunning. This freaking beautiful water. And down there, there's like a beach. There's people like on kayaks all the way over there. Curiosity check. We're waiting for the bus, and we decided to look up if it's possible to get to Vancouver, which if you don't know is on the other side of Canada, essentially like going from Florida to California, only by public transportation. Put it on Google Maps, and there's a train, the Amtrak, which actually goes from Canada through the US. In Chicago, I think it changes, and then you go all the way to Seattle, and then you cross over to Vancouver. I'm sure it's probably expensive as hell. Literally just catch public transit and end up on the other side of the freaking continent, which is insane to me because we don't have public transit back in Florida. Absolutely huge. Some of the animals aren't on display, but I think you can read on their website like what animals are and aren't available. I think the polar bear also isn't, which I was kind of sad about. We're used to this, so because we have like a bunch of theme parks in Florida, people would just run over you and you have to give them the dirty look. If you can come during the week, I would definitely recommend it because it's literally full. Do decide to come to the zoo, there's this little area where you go down and there's the bear and the moose, and there's a hella big hill here that you have to climb, so make sure that you bring like really good walking running shoes and grab a cup of water because you're gonna need it. This thing is making me lose my breath. 2:30. I think it's currently 3:30 and we walk pretty fast, so I would say you'd probably need to reserve a day to come look at the zoo because there's just so much to do. We still haven't finished yet and we have to catch a train in like 30 minutes. We decided to get Tim Hortons to try it out. I noticed that they had these in like every corner and it's like a Canadian thing, so I figured we'd try it. So this is a pain au chocolat. I used to eat these every day for breakfast when I lived in France, and they have them here. It's not warm, but I guess it'll be good. It has chocolate in it, and I think this is caramel. It's really good though. We also got this mocha frappuccino to try it out. You guys already know I'm a Dunkin' girl. This is delicious. We just arrived at the CN Tower like 15 minutes earlier. There's a huge line outside and we asked the guy. We ran into a little issue. Like the guy working the front, he was letting some people in and then he was just making people go to the back of the line randomly, even though they had reservations, and then other ones would get to the front of the line of this like special ticket holder line. To be honest, I don't know if he knows what he's doing. That made absolutely no sense. And our reservation is at 7 and we scheduled it particularly to catch the sunset. So if we had to go all the way to the back of the line and wait the whole thing, we would have been like up there maybe around like 7:30, 8 o'clock. So definitely come before your scheduled time.
Hours later.
We're getting ready to get on the elevator. This is so exciting. It's already dark out and we're kind of pissed off about it, but it's fine. It's fine. If you guys have motion sickness like yours truly here, please take some medicine beforehand because I can feel this tower swaying like nobody's motherfucking business right now. And it's giving me some heavy nausea, so I'm trying to keep it under control. The bulk of it is up top, so I can feel the air like swaying it back and forth, especially because it's windy here. Good morning. It is our last day in Toronto. Supposedly today's about to be the coldest day. I think it's gonna rain. We still have to go to Casa Loma and we're gonna do the ferry boat ride. We already cleaned out the Airbnb. Supposed to leave at 10. It's 10:42 right now. It's a lot of stuff to pack into 4 days. I think we're gonna get it all done and do our final tour of the full city. Casa Loma has been used in so many movies and I guess they have them all listed out here. I noticed that they filmed The Twitches here, which was one of my favorite Disney childhood movies. I just saw this poster and I think they do escape rooms here, which honestly from what we've seen so far, if they do, this would be like the coolest escape room I think ever. Okay, so I was correct, they do have an escape room here and I think the whole upper level is what they use to make the game out of, which is freaking awesome. We're at the top of the tower at Casa Loma. This place is huge. As soon as we first walked in, I really thought there wasn't going to be much, but the views here are incredible and it seems like a lot of the rooms you have access to, especially the ones that you would think that you don't. Like, look at how beautiful. We're in a little bathroom right now. Can someone explain why this is bigger than my actual room? Also, there's this little like tub thingy that I can't figure out what it's for. There's a few flags behind us. The two flags that are still valid today is obviously the Canadian flag and also the United Kingdom flag, because Canada gained its independence from the United Kingdom in the 1800s, I think it was. So that's why they have those flags there. And the other ones I'm pretty sure are referring to that independence. Something that I think is super interesting is they have a lot of Great Britain references. Like over here, they have Queen Elizabeth. You have like a lot of English influence in their furniture and just everything that they're using on the day-to-day basis in this house. Their Halloween, like, it's inspired as horror walk or whatever. They're decorating for it now, and it's actually pretty long, and it's also in a really creepy basement, like a legit one, so it makes sense and it's scary. Construction for Casa Loma began in 1911, and it took them 3 years to complete the whole build. And that's actually like kind of surprising because the whole building has over 60,000 square feet and 98 rooms, which is gigantic. I don't know how the people from back then were equipped to even build something of this magnitude within 3 years, but it's been pretty well upkept. I think my favorite thing about the whole venue slash place is that you can rent it out for weddings. I have no idea how much it costs, nor do I think I want to. We took the bus and the train to where we needed to go from Casa Loma to catch our little ferry boat ride that we reserved for 2 o'clock. The address that they give you on the app for the city pass thing is the wrong freaking place. Really like poorly organized, to be honest. We're basically sprinting to make it into this ferry ride. They sent us the address half an hour down the road, and we got here on the dot 2 o'clock. The captain just looked at us and he was like, "Sorry, you guys are late." And I was like, "Yeah, because you guys sent us the wrong address." We're back for the little boat party. This time we arrived 20 minutes early to the correct spot because we fucked it up the first time. We weren't gonna get on because we were really upset, but we decided it's our last day here and we might as well because we had nothing else to do. The boat's here and this time we're getting on it. They just go around basically the harbor and they tell you a bunch of facts about Canada. I feel like it's good if it's your first time in the city, but definitely be aware of those misleading directions.